Hey, good morning, ACC. It's Friday, May 29th. Hope you had a good week this week. Hope that you sensed God's presence in your life and His joy, His hope, His optimism. We need a lot of that these days. I was out down by the lake earlier this week, and it was super windy, super choppy on the water, white caps. It looked like the ocean out there. And nobody was around, man. It was cold, and people were avoiding the waterfront as much as possible. And I got to thinking about how we like the lake when it's calm, when it's like glass. You know, I like being out there in the evening on a calm night, watching the sunset, watching kids wade out there in the water. And it just is so safe and peaceful and relaxing and enjoyable. And we kind of like our lives when they're like that, right? When everything in life is kind of smooth and easy and relaxing and comfortable. Well, these days are not like that. These days are more like that choppy lake that I saw earlier this week. And everything is hard. Vision casting is hard, and leading is hard, and being optimistic is hard. It's hard. And we want to try and just be through this season so bad. Well, there's a couple ways we can respond to the wind and the waves. One is just to hunker down in on ourselves, to avoid any kind of conflict we can have, to complain about it, to whine about it, to just long for the days when it's going to be over. Or there's a second response. Now, I was just thinking about this as I was looking at the water, and all of a sudden I see this guy out there. He's kite surfing, and he's whipping along the water. And you gotta see this. It's pretty cool. So here I am on the looking at the water, just in seeing this, the choppy water, thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, and so then he's past me, and I'm looking at the water again thinking, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to just play it safe, or do I want to lean into the wind and the waves? And here he comes back again, just to prove to me a second way of just driving home this analogy that there is a way to experience adventure in the midst of these difficult times. So I want you to think about the storms you're facing these days, whatever difficulties they may be. If it's worries and concerns about jobs or relationship issues, or just feeling like I don't know if I'm going to make it through. I'm just feeling discouraged and overwhelmed. Those are storms in your life, and think about how you want to face them. Do you want to just give up? Do you want to let them win, or do you want to, by God's grace, lean into that adversity and see what God has for you? That's what this guy was doing, and he was leaning in, man. He was enjoying his experience. On a calm day, he can't kite surf. It doesn't work. He needs a stormy weather. He needs it in order to enjoy what he's doing. And I want that for all of us, somehow by God's grace, that when the difficult times come, he helps us find a way to lean in, to experience and wonderful, to consider pure joy whenever we face trials of many kinds, because we will know that the testing of our faith develops perseverance. And perseverance must finish its work so that we may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. This guy considered the storm pure joy. And may we do that same thing. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. This weekend, Pastor Jim will be speaking. It's our third in our series on In the Know, and he'll be talking about Know God's Love out of Ephesians chapter 3. So read that ahead of time. It's a fantastic chapter. There's some beautiful verses in there that are worth memorizing. And particularly where it says, I pray that you might have power together with all the saints to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure with all the fullness of God. Aren't those great words? Man, you should memorize that. That's not too much. You could learn that. Anyway, Jim will be preaching on that this weekend, and be great to be with you. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend, leaning into your storm, leaning into the wind. God bless you.